Now on CoastTV News.
Giving thanks to those who risk their lives day in and day out. The simple joy of a Thanksgiving meal, a community coming together to make sure those in need have something to eat. And a Thanksgiving feast for our furry friends at the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown.
And it was a rainy start to our Thanksgiving. The rain has cleared out pretty quickly, but the winds have kicked up through the evening. I'll have the rest of your Thanksgiving planner. A look at that Black Friday forecast and detail some of the coldest air so far this season when that arrives coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Those who don't get the day off getting some hot meals this Thanksgiving. Good evening, I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 5. We begin tonight with people taking time out of their Thanksgiving to help feed our first responders. This is Blessings for Badges' 7th year, and as CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappé shows us, it's an annual event that packs Thanksgiving meals for first responders who are on duty on Thanksgiving.
Serving food, packing it up, and giving those meals to first responders on the job. That's what the organization Blessing for Badges does every Thanksgiving to make sure first responders in Sussex County have a meal no matter where they are while keeping us safe. Joe Ballman, the state treasurer for Blessings for Badges, says this is the least he could do to give back.
I ride a motorcycle and I ride with a lot of police officers and I hear their stories. And, you know, we have so many people that we're just blessed to be able to give back to.
Families around the county came lined up to help pack all the food for the first responders. They have gravy, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, turkey, and a slice of pie that has a personalized drawing on top done by students in the area. Crystal and Allie Wheatley have been helping since the beginning. And since Crystal's husband is a first responder and part of the initiative Blessings for Badges, they know how hard it could be for families.
We just knew how many holidays he missed at home, and we wanted to give back to all the men and women who are missing out with their families.
With people in the kitchen keeping the food coming, they plan to give every first responder in Sussex County a homemade meal. And Ballman says that's what it's all about.
We want to make sure that the focus isn't on us as Blessings for Badges. We're trying to make it more about the first responders and what they do for us in the community.
Over 400 meals will be delivered to first responders in Sussex County, making sure they have their Thanksgiving meal. I'm Kevin Zappé in Millsboro, CoastTV News.
The Millsboro Fire Department, the Roxana Volunteer Fire Company, and the Millville Volunteer Fire Company are just a few of the stations that received meals today from Blessings for Badges. And staff and volunteers from the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown gathered this morning to bring holiday cheer to pets in need by serving them a Thanksgiving feast. On your screen, you can see those volunteers getting plates ready for the dogs, and for the second year, some of the food they enjoyed were turkey, pumpkins, vegetables, apples, and even a whipped cream treat. And cats also joined in on the feast. For the SPCA staff, they say this is a special moment.
We all cook for the dogs, so they have all kinds of healthy offerings, and everybody will get a Thanksgiving meal in just a little bit. It's just a really nice break for a shelter dog. We give them lots of enrichment throughout the day, but this is like special.
And right now, the Georgetown campus has 64 dogs and 38 cats. Now, once the Brandywine Valley SPCA is done cleaning up their Thanksgiving feast, they will be preparing for their mega adoption event. It's in about 2 weeks. It's a 2-day event on December 14th and 15th. Both dogs and cats will be up for adoption. The adoption fee is $35. Let's go now to our CoastTV poll. We want to know today, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Let's take a look at the results, and it looks like turkey is the winner so far with 37% saying turkey. I mean, that's what the holiday's all about, so it makes sense. 24% saying mashed potatoes, 20% saying stuffing, a few enjoying the cranberry sauce and mac and cheese. And we really want to know what you think, so if you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Just go over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. We will have some updated results on CoastTV News at 6. Full plates of warm Thanksgiving food. That's what was being served at the House of David in Milford today. Alongside the Milford Advocacy for the Homeless, the two organizations handed out free meals open to anyone in the community.
It's a blessing, you know. As I was making a few deliveries, and on my way back, it was like I got a little emotional just thinking about being a blessing to someone's life, and you never know what it's like to not have family or not be able to cook or just not feel like it.
The House of David said they also made about 70 to 80 to-go meals, and they delivered those to people in the community. Staying in Milford, the Milford School District announced plans for a new education program. It would be called the Buccaneer Educational Foundation, and district leaders are holding a public forum about this on Thursday, December 5th. It's going to be at Miss Pillion Elementary School from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And let's take a live look outside into Milford now, and we're going to check in with our First Alert meteorologist, Chris Mascherbono, for a look at the weather. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Christina, and happy Thanksgiving to all those across Delmarva. And I'll tell you what, it was a little bit of a rocky start. We had the rain this morning. It was heavy at times, but we have cleared out pretty nicely. Looking live here into Laurel, 50 degrees. The winds have picked up. We've seen gusts as high as 30, 35 miles an hour, so it's going to be a dry, chilly evening under partly cloudy skies. You can see rainfall totals from this morning. Generally about a quarter to upwards of a half an inch of rain, so not all that heavy. The heaviest precip was further to the north, but boy, I'll tell you what, the rain really raced out of here. You can see that area of low pressure tracking up into New England, some interior snow there. Our focus now is on strong Canadian air that's going to be building in here over the next few days. In fact, we're going to see some of the coldest air we've seen since last winter. So for the rest of your Thanksgiving, we're looking pretty nice. As we go into the second and third courses here, we're going to be drying out, breezy into the evening, and then those winds will subside through the overnight, and we are looking pretty nice for the shoppers. Tomorrow we'll detail that forecast and detail how cold it's going to get. Coming up, my full forecast here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Well, parades, feasts, and charity, Americans across the country and beyond are gathered today for Thanksgiving. Brian Abel is in Washington with a look at the celebrations.
It might have rained on their parade, but New Yorkers were out in full force, kicking off festivities with the 98th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
I thought it was going to be worse. This is completely doable. We're having a great time.
22 floats and 17 giant balloons made their way down the 2.5-mile parade route, culminating in an appearance from the big man himself. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden spending the holiday in Nantucket, where he stopped by a local fire station.
There's a lot to be thankful for. I mean, look, we're the United States of America. I really believe there's nothing beyond our capacity.
Across the country, Americans expressing their gratitude by giving back. In Rhode Island, a moving company owner loaded up his trucks with 300 turkeys and food baskets to hand out to families in need.
It feels good to see the people actually come out and get a free turkey and get a free meal, so they know, at least I know on that day, what my company did and how they're going to be eating a family meal.
This year's celebrations are reaching beyond our planet.
Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, apples and spice.
NASA astronauts sharing what a Thanksgiving feast looks like aboard the International Space Station. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who had their mission extended after complications with Boeing's Starliner, are embracing their unexpected holiday among the stars.
We're thankful for zero gravity. It's fantastic.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
And while you're celebrating Turkey Day, make sure you tune in to CoastTV for Thursday night football. It's the Miami Dolphins at Green Bay Packers. And you can join us for your hyper-local news after that. And in case you didn't know, a high school football championship is on the line this weekend. Indian River will be chasing glory at the 1A DIAA State Championship on Saturday. And guess what? The Delmarva Sports Network will have live analysis, talk back with fans through Facebook, and reaction of the game. It's all part of the Wawa Watch Party. It starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And don't miss Sunday night football. It's the San Francisco 49ers at Buffalo Bills. Coverage starts at 7, and stay tuned for your hyperlocal news right after that. Are you having a rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV. We have personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. Still ahead, how to make sure you can safely enjoy your Thanksgiving leftovers.
And the rest of your Thanksgiving is going to be a chilly one. Gusts upwards of 30 miles an hour, but we will be dry under partly cloudy skies. We'll talk about if we made any inroads in the drought coming up, as well as some very cold air over the weekend in a few minutes.
But first, a Thanksgiving tradition on NBC. The National Dog Show, a local man who reached international acclaim in this sport. We have his story and his legacy in this week's Coastal Connections. That's next.
We believe that a great community health system reflects the community it serves. And like Sussex County itself, we've been on an exciting journey of growth and transformation, evolving from a trusted community hospital to the region's premier healthcare provider and Sussex County's most comprehensive health system. We're proud to be on this journey together, miles ahead, but by your side the entire way, because Sussex County is our specialty.
My backyard in Ocean Pines is all about the birds and the bird lovers. From bird seed and cozy houses to unique, locally handcrafted decor, we have everything to make your backyard the perfect place to slow down and enjoy nature for you and your feathered guests. With the holidays around the corner, we have thoughtful gifts for every nature lover. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for upcoming sales and events. Stop by and find something unique at My Backyard in Ocean Pines, where it's all about the birds and more.
At IG Burton Lewis Auto Mall, we're proud to be your GMC heavy-duty headquarters on Delmarva. Right now, get up to $8,000 off MSRP on the unstoppable GMC Sierra 2500, or save up to $10,000 off MSRP on the incredible Sierra 1500 AT4X. Plus, enjoy 0% financing with no payments for 90 days. Find all the details online at lewisautomall.com or come see us on Coastal Highway in Lewis. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Come on, let's turkey drive.
Dolphins.
Wow.
Packers.
Touchdown.
In prime time.
Glad you're with us for the last course. Off we go.
Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Let's get back to business. America, get on the right note. If you're floating on the boat, you know who get the vote. Let's end this thing with a bang.
The Voice, live Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock. This is Coast TV News at 5.
It's not Thanksgiving on Coast TV without the National Dog Show. For over 20 years, NBC has aired the prestigious Pooch competition. And this year, there is a bittersweet moment. A local man who was a nationally renowned dog handler, Kaz Hosaka, no longer there, but certainly not forgotten.
The Best in Show winner at the 148th Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show is the miniature poodle.
This was the moment Kaz Hosaka and Sage, the miniature poodle, won Best in Show in May 2024, a crowning achievement for the Rehoboth Beach man who spent decades in the dog show world, and sadly his last, after winning and announcing his retirement.
No word. I'm so happy, exciting.
Hosaka passed away just a month later. His presence wistfully absent at this year's National Dog Show.
You know, Kaz was pretty legendary in our world. He was immaculate, he was a great handler, a great groomer, a great person. And we miss all three of those things about him.
Hosaka's accomplishments remembered just as much as his compassion.
I did, babe, yeah.
Lina DuPont says Kaz mentored her daughter and her poodle Chippy.
He was so kind and generous with advice and encouragement, and it meant a lot to her.
Greg Strong knew Hosaka for 40 years and calls his friend
a type of person that would help anybody, whether he knew him or not.
Kaz's love for Sage and the sport made clear to everyone around him.
He always had time to talk to people. We would always see Kaz running to the ring because he always had people back at his station that he was talking to. He was a celebrity.
His passion and professionalism lives on even now.
We think about him all the time. You walk through the poodle area and you can't do that without thinking of Kaz.
Gone but never forgotten at the National Dog Show.
He was just an exceptional individual, and they don't make him like that anymore.
For Coastal Connections, I'm Madeline Overturf.
And the National Dog Show aired this afternoon, but if you missed it, don't worry, it's airing again on Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on Coast TV.
It's going to be a cold start to our Friday if you're making your way out doing some early morning shopping. Partly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon. It's going to be even colder, though, over the weekend. I'll detail how low the mercury will fall in my full 7-day forecast when Coast TV News at 5 continues.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Ask about our Refresh for Less Black Friday promotion. A new bath or shower for just $69.95 plus 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
Call our office by December 15th and schedule your free in-home consultation to take advantage of the $69.95 Refresh for Less Black Friday promotion.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Get covered from the rain with a free Coast TV umbrella. Simply enter at coasttvumbrella.com for a chance to win. Then catch Coast TV News weekdays to see if you've won. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
At Inside Edition, we don't just report the news.
There it is.
We go where the news happens.
A miracle.
Inside Edition.
Today at 5:30 on Coast TV.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
Well, I hope everyone's Thanksgiving is going great as you get ready to indulge on some great food. And it was a bit of a slow start. We had the rain, but we made out very nicely this afternoon. But the winds are kicking up pretty nicely across much of Delmarva. We're at 52 right now in Ocean City. You can see that gorgeous look over the ocean there. The rain has exited very quickly. You can see it all the way up in New England now as this area of low pressure wraps up. You see some snow there. They're going to get some big time lake effect snow over the next few days as we get some strong northwesterly winds ushering in that Canadian air mass that's going to be with us through the weekend and for most of next week. You can see temperatures right now are in the upper 40s to low 50s. We saw highs today in the upper 50s to low 60s. And you can see in tight here, we're at 50 in Rehoboth, 49 Milton, 49 in Seaford. You can see those winds out of the northwest gusting as high as 28 miles an hour there at Indian River Inlet, 28 Ocean City, 22 in Salisbury. The winds will subside a bit through the overnight, but we still do have those gale warnings up through midnight, and they extend southward to 1 a.m. from Ocean City down to Chickatee, and then in the Bay, those are up through midnight. Believe it or not, we are still in the drought, folks. We've had a few rounds of rain, but not enough to overcome the deficit that we're seeing, and you can see still extreme drought through parts of Delmarva all the way up through South Jersey and Philadelphia. We're dealing with that deficit of rain, and we made up some ground today, but still a long ways to go. As you can see, for the year, we're running 8.5 inches shy of where we should be. Clear skies overnight, some of us falling to around that freezing mark, especially away from the coast. I think I had one of those Game Boys back in the day. 38 to start off, 52 by the afternoon, so all in all, a pretty good Black Friday as far as your shopping is concerned. We stay dry. The front comes through later on in the day, could bring a few clouds. We will stay dry, but that's going to reinforce that cold air, and by Saturday, we struggle to get out of the 30s. Winds, though, it will be a pretty breezy weekend. Still seeing winds gusting 20, 25 miles an hour throughout the weekend. So it will certainly feel like winter as we begin the month of December. 41 on Saturday, 43 on Sunday, and that colder air is going to be with us through much of next week. We'll see a big trough in the east, and we're going to continue to see well below average temperatures. In fact, over between about December 4th through the 8th, we're going to continue to see those below average temperatures. Congratulations to our umbrella winner. We have Bob Fulham of Frankfort, Delaware for your umbrella. Not going to need it, though, because we're going to see very dry here over the next really 7 days. Look at some of these highs. 46 on Sunday. We're at 41 on Monday with overnight lows in the 20s. So a cold, dry stretch of weather as we round out November and enter the month of December.
Well, during the holiday season, Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign works to bring the Christmas spirit to everyone. And we like to share the cards and donations that we have received so far. So we're going to show you this card tonight. Very cute and sparkly. This is from Kathy Main in Georgetown. And she says, "May all the children be given a happy and Merry Christmas." Thank you, Kathy. And we still need your help to make sure every child on Delmarva has that special present to open on Christmas morning. Already, the Bless Our Children initiative has raised over $118,000. To donate, just go online and visit blessourchildren.org. And as the Christmas season rolls around, we welcome everyone to share their holiday decorations with us. We want to see the bright lights and the festive setups that you have. You can submit your pictures and videos right now at coasttv.com/holidayhouse.
Give your backyard a cozy enhancement with Patio Systems in Lewis, Delaware. Integrity is the pillar of our craft, with quality craftsmanship to transform your yard or deck into a custom oasis, providing you comfort all year round. Take control of the elements with the Shore's best selection of pergolas, retractable awnings, screen and glass enclosures, and a wide selection of modern decking and railing systems personalized your way. For exceptional workmanship at reasonable prices, contact Patio Systems, your backyard living specialist. Locally owned and operated since 2001.
Sponsored by Patio Systems, where integrity is the pillar of our craft.
Halo Ministries presents Visions of Hope, a Christmas celebration benefiting Halo's mission. This festive evening will be emceed by special guest Jimmy Hoppa and includes a 3-course dinner, live nativity, and music by Halo's Transformation Choir.
The performance features remarkable stories of transformation from despair to a life full of hope and purpose. Tickets are $50 and all proceeds benefit Halo's mission.
Get your tickets now at haloministry.org.
Once upon a time in Rehoboth Beach was a lost little elf, his home far from reach. When all of a sudden he saw a twinkling sign. A magical winter village? Could it be mine? His eyes grew wide as he walked through the doors. The North Pole, you say? No, Shellville, of course. A magical maze was his first stop on the tour. Wasting no time at all, he set out to explore. With so much to discover and so much to do, he knew for a fact all his dreams would come true. After all the excitement, he needed a treat, a warm, tasty beverage to help move his feet. No longer did he feel so lost and alone. Our brave little elf had found a new home.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad. They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors. Like I said. Yes, Dad, like you said. Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best. Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
Now, once you eat all of that yummy food on Thanksgiving Day, there's likely going to be some leftovers. But we want everyone to be safe because those leftovers can eventually go bad. Health experts are reminding people some of the guidelines when it comes to handling and storing extra food. For example, if you're not using a warming tray, turkey leftovers should be put in a refrigerator or freezer within 2 hours. One USDA food safety expert says Thanksgiving leftovers are safe in the refrigerator for up to 4 days. And if you freeze them, the leftovers should be eaten within 6 months, but they will need to be reheated to 165 degrees before eating. The 2-hour refrigeration rule applies to side dishes and dressing, green bean casserole as well.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX models. That's 10% below MSRP.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
When I got to the office, I found myself just a little bit out of focus. When I was signing documents, I found that I couldn't even sign my name. And then I stumbled a little bit. And my assistant, Becky Roberts, said, "You don't look well." And I said, "No, I'm okay, just tired." And then she said, "If you don't go to the ER, I'm going to call Rebecca, my wife." I said, "Okay." And the way I was treated was exactly the way we treat anybody else who comes to the ER with a stroke. CAT scan first, vital signs, and then patient room right away. And then literally within minutes, the Jefferson neurologist was already online with our teleneurology system. Minutes count. And having a neurologist there to see everything makes a huge difference. Healthcare is more and more a team sport. BB Healthcare and what we are and what we're becoming. And our relationship with Jefferson not only saved my life, but made sure that I have minimal impact, that I'm able to live my life and continue doing what I do for a long time.
Tonight on NBC and Peacock. Come on, let's turkey drive. Dolphins. Wow. Packers. Touchdown. In prime time.
Glad you're with us for the last course. Off we go.
Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Let's get back to business. America, get on the right note. If you're floating on the boat, you know who get the vote. Let's end this thing with a bang.
The Voice, live Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
A chilly, breezy Thanksgiving evening on Delmarva. You see a gorgeous shot there from our DryTech camera there in Ocean City. 52 degrees right now. We'll stay precipitation free through the evening, falling into the mid to upper 40s through the 9 o'clock hour under partly cloudy skies. So if you're heading out tomorrow doing some shopping, yeah, look at that receipt. Clear skies to start, 38. We're going to see temperatures right in the upper 40s to right around that 50-degree mark, and we will see a few clouds roll in later on in the day, all associated with a cold front that's going to usher in some pretty cold air over the weekend. You get that forecast at any time by dialing our First Alert weather phone, and your Paul Davis 10-day shows that colder air high struggling to get to 40 on Saturday, and we stay sunny, cold, and dry through most of that 10-day forecast. Look at those highs next weekend, Christina. Upper 30s.
Chilly. Well, thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5. For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. Inside Edition, that's up next, and we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Until then, have a great evening.